after you click on the login button, you will see this screen. Now, you've probably heard Dr. Nellie talk about this, but this is where you need to come for Moodle for Teachers, and that is where you will get access to Moodle MOOC 11. You can have a username and a password, but it's so much preferable if you keep all of your logins the same, because you will be doing so many activities. Trying to remember a separate password and username may become complicated. I know when I first started especially, and even now, I would much prefer this system. I was so glad when Dr. Nellie explained to us how to use it. So here is what you do. You come down here and you can log in with Google, which is what I do, and that's why it keeps showing up on mine. But in the beginning, you have all kinds of access. I could go to Facebook if I wanted, but if I go to Facebook, it's going to open up a whole new series. My old stuff is on Google, so I'm not going to see that. So whatever you start with needs to be the one that you stay with. And the reason I went with Google is because I have access to my Drive, to Google+, to all my Google Education teacher activities, and pictures and all the other things that I don't have access with on Facebook. That doesn't mean you can't send things to Facebook or get information from Facebook. Now, some of you may use Microsoft, some of you may use LinkedIn, some of you may want to use Dropbox. You can use any of those services. And there is one called Yandex. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is, but it is available. So what I do, I go here and click on Login with Google. I choose my account, which is Into Teaching Everyone. That's the account I use. So now here I am. There is my profile picture, and if you were to look on it, my actual visual picture of myself is right there. But in the beginning, I didn't use that one. I used one that had a picture of a zinnia that I used when I was in my master gardening work. So when you get here, you've got all these choices, and you've got this little screen that flies by. There's Moodle MOOC 17, Virtual Conference 17, that's already passed. There are a variety of other activities that you can become involved with. Here's Moodle MOOC 11, that's what we want. We get in here, and you can see I have some messages, so I need to take a look at those, but I'm not going to do that right now. I am here, and I know over time you'll want to go through and look. There are apps. You can use your phone. There are things you can do. All these social networks are connected to Moodle for Teachers. When you get into the Moodle MOOC 11, MM11, you'll see at the very top, you'll see the breadcrumbs, as they're called, that get you to where you are right now. First we were at home, that's where we logged in. Then we went to courses, that was where the little screen was flying by. And then now we're in Moodle MOOC 11 main course area. Use these breadcrumbs because if I want to, I can go back to courses, or I can go back to home, and it'll take me all the way back to the beginning. But right now I prefer just to stay with what we're having. And it loads me up where they have the overview and syllabus. So on the overview and syllabus, you can see, you've probably already seen this video. Here's the syllabus. If you click on it, I'm going to open the link in a different tab. Here's the Moodle MOOC 11. And here is where you click on your docs. Google Docs. And it'll have my Into Teaching 2 Gmail account for my Google Docs. And it will come up and show us the syllabus for this course. Okay. Comes down. So we have a general description of the MOOC, the course highlights, Moodle teacher training, what you're expected to learn, how to register and log in, support. And support is very important. Anywhere where you see in your instructions where it says you need to make a statement in this support forum, you really need to do that. That was something I had to learn over time, that it really helped me, helps and continues to help me work with other people more easily, and to have a rapport built up with the people who are moderating and helping. What's your workload? The group collaboration on a Moodle course, which there is. Certificates of completion. Once you're done, you get your 50 hours that you will do that. Badges on Moodle 3.3. That's the version we're in right now. There are many wonderful changes going on in Moodle, and you'll see that upgraded just over the next few months. Moodle MOOC course rental services. That's where you can rent a Moodle course or a Moodle course space and develop your own course. Learning environments for Moodle MOOC. Moodle for Teachers, about the presenters, live online classes, and this will be the place where you can find every week where you go to have your online class. Content. Okay, so it's out of there. We're going to go back to where we were. So now this is where the breadcrumbs come in handy. Syllabus, we were already talked about that, so let's go back to the main course area. And of course, like I said, it opens to the syllabus. Okay. And what we're interested in, you need to be sure and focus in on a few things. And one of the main things is student engagement. And what is student engagement? Of course, it's how do we engage students so they want to learn. And it's how we engage students effectively. What does the research say about ways in which students can learn in a more authentic and effective manner? And there are all kinds of references, plus you may have some of your own that you can share with us. All right, so I'm going to go to, week 1 introductions. And that will show up down here. Oh, and see these breadcrumbs, see? The main Moodle MOOC 11 main course area. And then it's changed from overview and syllabus to introduction, because that's what I'm picking right now. You can click on each one of these if you haven't already. And I would suggest doing that ahead of time. Don't wait until week 3 to look about what you have to do on week 3, because oftentimes what you do in week 3 can be supported by things you do in weeks 1 and 2. So think ahead and look ahead. Get an idea of what you're working on. Now we're going to get acquainted. And as you can see, you've probably already been through this one. We click on this.
Hi everyone, and welcome to MM11. This is Nellie Deutsch using Poodle directly from the editor. Please introduce yourself by sharing 2 real stories about yourself and 1 fictitious story, a lie. The information must be in the form of a story. When you finish your stories, respond to 3 other people, preferably to those who have not received a response, and share what you think is the true story and what is not. Please reveal your true story after the 3rd person's response. Begin with add a new discussion topic, add to the subject line and your message, and then post to the forum. The dotted box on the right of this task will be ticked off automatically once you start a new discussion and respond to 3 other people. Looking forward to reading your stories. Thank you.
So you will use the same thing, because not only are you possibly going to use it in this introductory range, but you also will have a particular lesson on how to use Poodle. And it's very, very easy, and it's really cool. There's so many things you can do with it. Now, this talks with the teaming up. ideas. You can go to this Allison's list of topics for online classes. And then the grouping. Now grouping, teamwork on CPA, in this forum you discuss. So I've already discussed this with the people. This is one that I can check. Do you see how this box has no dotted lines? That means I can check it, and I will check it once I'm waiting for one more little bit of information, and as soon as I get a response to that, I will check that, because I want to remind myself that I don't have all the information I need. So I've done it, it just needs to be checked. But if you do not check it and you want to get your certificates and badges, and you say, oh, I did all that stuff, I did all the requirements, I made sure I completed everything. Well, what I've found in the past, not just me but other people also, is we forgot to check one of these boxes, and I will keep track of that because I have forgotten in the past. Now, getting acquainted is pretty obvious. And Nellie Deutsch, Dr. Nellie, our teacher, our instructor, has already explained to you how to do that. So that brings us to the second part of week 1. And that's what I'm doing right now. Participants will be creating videos and sharing them throughout Moodle MOOC 11. Watch the following video tutorials on how to use ScreencastOMatic, which is free. I like to have more of the things that are available on ScreencastOMatic. You don't have to do this, but I found out it only costs $15 a year. Now, $15 may be a lot to some people, and that's probably true. But for me, because I take so many of these classes and I started making videos, this has been perfect. Because ScreencastOMatic has all these extras, and they've added ways to put music and do all kinds of other things. And I really like the editing function of ScreencastOMatic. Plus, what we're working on right now with the various ways to highlight what you're working on. So now we use ScreencastOMatic. You can use slide speech. And if you go to my YouTube channel, Into Teaching Everyone, on YouTube, you'll find some of my earlier videos. They're not that old really, but some of my earlier videos, I use slide speech. And they're okay. And they get the point across, but I just don't feel that they're as effective as the ones that I've learned to do myself. But at first I was very hesitant and kind of shy about talking in a video. But just think of it as just like as if you were in front of your classroom. And that helped. So you're going to have ScreencastOMatic or some other thing that you can use, but I would suggest trying it first. Then you're going to have your profile. Okay, so you're going to submit a video tutorial of your profile. I'll go through the profile and look at that. Explore all the features under your profile. So see, Nellie has already given you a start of what you want to do. Basically, the most important parts of your profile. So if you don't have a picture or some kind of image that represents you, it would be really good if you would do that. Layout of the Moodle MOOC course, and that's what I'm doing right now. Create a video tutorial speaking what you see on the Moodle MOOC 11. Upload your videos to YouTube or Vimeo. Some people need to use Vimeo because they don't have access to YouTube. That's fine. Post your YouTube or Vimeo videos to the online discussion forums. Now, it's also helpful if you will have a blog or some kind of, it could be Tumblr or whatever, someplace to keep track of of all of these videos that you do for Moodle MOOC 11. And you could do Moodle MOOC 11 week 1 as the name of your first blog post. And then week 2, Moodle MOOC 11 week 2, etc. Whatever you'd like to do. Then we're going to take those and all those videos and information, we'll compact them together on say, Padlet or some other system. Now, there are ways that you can pull in your blog. I'm not going to go through it right now because we will get there later. The rich editor, you're going to go here. So let's just go there. This is where I talked to you about Moodle, where you'll use Moodle to make something, draw. You can make an audio, you can make a video, you can draw. There's a little draw box. Anything that you'd like to do, such as that. Yeah. So you're going to create a video tutorial just on that. And then people inserted, see, they've put their Explore Rich Editor on Moodle, and one's called Rich Editor. People are responding to them, okay? And if you're a little behind, that's fine, but try not to get too far behind if you can. If you get behind, it may mean that you need to ask for help. It's okay to ask for help, just like with our students, right? We want them to be able to ask for help. Oops, I did something I shouldn't do. So I made a mistake that's fairly common. I forgot the breadcrumbs. So I don't want to be here on Rich Editor on Moodle. So I want to go back to week 1, video tutorial and activities. That's everything we're going to do there. So let's go to week 2. That's where you should be working today. We're week 2, you're working as teachers. Okay, so you're going to have a group of things to do here, explanations and diagrams, and then your checkoff boxes, right? Each one of these things, you're going to write something on authentic learning, discuss the meaning of authentic learning using literature. Okay, so here's my channel. There we go. And here is my video on authentic learning. So I made a video, and I did it just as I did this one. I went through and I found, just as I would be doing, finding the information, showing the viewer, you, where to go, how to get the information, and who are some important people. This one's already been started. If I go back to the very beginning, I called this The Real Deal. Authentic Learning in Moodle MOOC. That was 10, but same thing for you.
McCoy. I'm speaking today about authentic learning. As you know, authentic learning has been used widely, especially in the field of science and science education, for several decades. And as I was doing my literature search, I made a little Wordle of all of the different names that have come to across as authentic learning.
If you'd like to watch more of that, feel free to go to the YouTube. I have some really cute inserts from 4-H kids and from other people who are doing authentic learning, and some of my heroes. And so if you'd like to, I would be really appreciative if you would do that, and hopefully you'll give me a thumbs up and share with your friends. But at least you can get some ideas. I do that too. I go and look at other people's work. Okay, now we're going to go back. Authentic learning. It describes the rest of this. You'll read these and Harrington's work, and also go to YouTube. She has several YouTube videos, and mesh that with what you already know. Always start with what do I know, and then once you read and listen to these people, you go, oh, well, we call that XYZ. Okay, you may not call it authentic learning, you may call it something else, but that way you can actually help people by, you know how important language is, by joining the language and the vocabulary together. You help promote more knowledge and a better understanding of what everyone is speaking about. That's what we do for each week. We'll go through here, and then let's go to where it says badges and certificates. Now, as you can see, there are 3 columns. This is a pretty standard, looks like a 3-column blog, doesn't it? So it's a pretty standard thing that you've seen before. You'll probably all use that. In a moment, I'll talk about how you can do some other things if you would like. Now, participants who completed the required tasks, that's for each week. That means you've gotten a check or a tick in each one of your boxes. You'll be awarded badges for that week. You can view the badges and the criteria here. Here are the Moodle MOOC 11 badges. You will get all of this completed and you'll be so proud. And if you have any issues or any troubles, don't wait. Talk to someone. Message them, which brings up another part of when we go to a profile. When they talk about the profile, you can go to the person's preferences. Okay, messages. You can go into messages. These are all my contacts. So what I like to do is if I'm talking to somebody or working with them, I want to become their contact. That way I can learn more about them. I do want to show you one thing. You can move these. You can do something called dock these boxes, these blocks, or you can hide them, hide the table of contents. So let's find out what happens when you dock them. Excuse me. Yep. You can't see it. Hang on just a second. Let me move this. All right. You see it over there? That's the table of contents. It's not here anymore. All right. So I can do the same thing with activities, with Exhibit portfolio, with comments, with the people. There's the participants. That tells you everybody that's here. People, and with the online users. Now, this expands out from the middle. If I want to be able to see that better, this is how you do it. Same thing over here. I can dock these, or I can hide them. Well, if I just temporarily want to hide these, let's just say I want to hide them because I'm making a video and I really only want to show the middle part. I can do that, and then I can dock them. You see? Now, this is where they are over here on the left. They're all here. So I click on them. Okay, they didn't go away. And if you want them to come back, I can undock. I can unhide. I don't necessarily want to do that. So I'm going to go right here. This is when you're making a video and you just want to show this particular part in the middle, and you want to give everybody a really good view of it. Say you're giving a presentation, or you want everybody to focus in on it and not to the stuff that's personal about you. This is another way to do that. I just hope you enjoy this as much as I have, and the other friends that I've met here, and people that I feel like I really know now, even though we've never met face to face. We've met, we've talked to each other, we've discussed things that teachers don't even hardly get a chance to discuss about classwork and organization, curriculum, all those things that we think are important to this class that you're going to make with each other. There's so many opportunities, so many wonderful people here to help you. I'll help if you'll let me know, and there are all kinds of others, and you'll see people who are ahead of you that maybe you know. Ask them. They'll help you. Just enjoy. Just enjoy. My name is Cheryl McCoy, and my YouTube video channel is called Into Teaching for Everyone. If you could give me a thumbs up, and any comments, positive or helpful to improvement comments, I would really appreciate it. And you have a good evening. Thank you.